The decision on whether Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi will be acquitted or ordered to enter his defence on 47 criminal breach of trust or CBT, corruption and money laundering charges involving Yayasan Akal Budi funds will be known tomorrow. The High Court Judge Datuk Colin Lawrence Sekera is scheduled to deliver his decision at the end of the prosecution's case at 9:30 a.m. If the court decides in favour of the prosecution that there is a prima facie case against Datuk Seri Ahmad Zahid, 68, then he will be called to enter his defence. But if the judge decides otherwise, Datuk Seri Ahmad Zahid will be acquitted and discharged. On the 6th of December, Justice Sekera set the date after hearing submissions by Deputy Public Prosecutor Datuk Raja Nurzela Rajatora and counsels Hisham Te Potek and Hamidi Mohamad Noor, who are representing the former Deputy Prime Minister. The hearing for submissions lasted 24 days since the 6th of September last year. Datuk Seri Ahmad Zahid had pleaded not guilty to 12 CBT charges, 8 counts of bribery and 27 for money laundering involving tens of millions of ringgit belonging to Yayasan Akal Budi. He also faced 40 charges at the Shah Alam Sessions Court of having accepted bribes from a company over the overseas visa system, which brought the total charges against him to 87. The case is fixed for continuing hearing on the 3rd of February. Kelantan UMNO had decided to cut off ties with PAS in the state, effective immediately. Kelantan UMNO Liaison Committee Chairman Dato' Ahmad Jazlan Yaakob said the decision was made after a meeting between the Kelantan UMNO Political Bureau and the Kelantan PAS Dewan Harian failed to come to an understanding on cooperation under Muafakat Nasional or MN. He said at the meeting held yesterday afternoon, the state PAS wanted to maintain relations with Bersatu and remain in Kelantan Perikatan Nasional PM. The party also reiterated its stand to continue to maintain relations with UMNO in MN.
Lepas kita membuat keputusan pada hari ini, sekiranya berlaku perubahan politik, maka kita serahkan kepada kebijaksanaan pucuk pimpinan parti kita untuk menentukan keadaan dan hala tuju kembali. Setakat ini, itulah pendirian kita.
He said this during a press conference held at the Kelantan UMNO building in Kota Baru yesterday. Dato' Ahmad Jazlan said following the decision, Kelantan UMNO will contest solo in GE15 under the Barisan Nasional flag. He said despite cutting off ties with the state PAS, all 7 UMNO state assemblymen or ADUN will continue to support the state administration as long as PAS continue to support Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob. Meanwhile, in Johor, the State Barisan Nasional BN, especially UMNO, has expressed confidence that the party has a great chance of winning the state election and to form the state government. Johor UMNO Liaison Committee Chairman Dato' Hasni Mohamad said his party was also prepared to field more candidates as compared with the number during the 14th general election or GE14.
Ingin melihat Johor terus menjadi negeri yang maju, negeri yang rancak perancangan pembangunannya, dan untuk tujuan itu saya perlukan a fresh mandate. Saya perlu mendapat semula mandat daripada rakyat Johor. Bagaimana kerajaan yang kuat akan dapat membantu negeri dan rakyat Johor untuk lebih maju, lebih berjaya berdasarkan kepada strategiknya negeri Johor, potensi yang ada di negeri Johor. Maka pilihan raya negeri ini dianggap sebagai usaha untuk mendapatkan semula mandat daripada rakyat.
He said this to reporters at the Johor UMNO building in Johor Bahru yesterday. When asked about discussions on seat allocation among the component parties, Dato' Hasni, who is also the Johor BN chairman, said this would be finalised soon. In addition, the BN Banud incumbent said a cooperation between the coalition and other parties, PAS and Bersatu, is not over yet. Dato' Hasni in jest added that he would contest in the state election if he is nominated by the party president. Earlier Saturday, the Johor Menteri Besar confirmed the State Assembly dissolution in a press conference after an audience with the Sultan of Johor, Sultan Ibrahim Sultan Iskandar at Istana Bukit Serene. Now, the government has no problem to issue citizenship certificate to applicants if they can produce a valid marriage document. Home Minister Datuk Sri Hamzah Zainuddin said this was because the issuance of citizenship certificate has to be done in accordance with the existing laws in the country. He said among the conditions set is to have a valid marriage certificate and the marriage has to be registered in the country.
Kita tak boleh ambil mudah perkara ini. Dan bila kita dah selesai semua, pengesahan saksi semua dah selesai, barulah kita boleh berikan kepada anak seperti tidak ada masalah langsung untuk saya berikan sesiapa. Kalau mereka mempunyai dokumen-dokumen yang sah membuktikan salah seorang daripada ibu atau ayah mereka adalah merupakan warga negara kita.
He said this in a press conference after attending a program Kenduri Kampung in Sungai Bayur near Selama yesterday. Datuk Sri Hamzah said this in response to a report which quoted him as saying that a thorough investigation would be carried out to determine the citizenship status of Rohana Abdullah, who was abandoned as a 2-month-old baby at a kindergarten 22 years ago after her Indonesian mother returned to her country. The girl was reportedly forced to drop out of school because she did not have identification documents. He advised all parties to abide by the rules and conditions set in obtaining citizenship status, such as registering the marriage before problems arise involving their children later. Welcome back. The National Sports Council, NSM, does not plan on conducting core training on a quarantine basis following 6 of their diving athletes being infected by COVID-19. Its Director General, Dato' Ahmad Shapawi Ismail, however, said all athletes are advised to undergo self-containment measures in order to avoid future repetitions.
Kita juga menjalankan ujian berterusan khusus kepada mereka yang punya kontak tracing yang dekat, dan buat masa ini kita masih lagi dalam keadaan terkawal. Dan untuk makluman semua bahawa kita akan stand guided by nasihat daripada pegawai kesihatan pengarah kesihatan daerah.
Speaking at the officiating ceremony of the Young National Football Development Program of Malaysia or NFDP Academy in Padang Awam, Tanjung Rambutan, he said currently all 6 athletes are being placed in Pusat Kecemerlangan Sukan Paralimpik Kampung Pandan for quarantine and monitoring purposes. In another development, MSN is currently planning to obtain a long-term coach for the National Paralympic Track and Field Paralympic squad, including for Muhammad Rizwan Muhammad Puzi. The matter was announced by Youth and Sports Minister Datuk Sri Ahmad Faizal Azumu. He commented on the matter to elaborate on the issue of national para-athlete head coach R.J. Ganathan's contract, which expired last year and will not be renewed due to him being over 60 years old. Now, yesterday, MSN, through an official Twitter posting, informed that J. Ganathan's appeal will be decided on by the relevant committee after the Chinese New Year festive season.
Pada pandangan saya, di dalam sukan, termasuk juga dalam politik, coach, athletes, politicians, ministers, we come and go. Yang pentingnya, sukan itu dapat diteruskan dan saya harap atlet-atlet kita dapat terus membuat kejayaan demi kejayaan untuk menaikkan nama negara.
The coach had produced several track and field greats, especially Muhammad Rizwan, who clinched the Paralympics and World Para Championship title. Now on to developments in the local football scene. Youth and Sports Minister Datuk Sri Ahmad Faizal Azumu insisted that the 10 million ringgit donated by the government to the Football Association of Malaysia, or FAM, was necessary. He explained that this is due to the national footballing body facing financial constraints due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The financial constraints had made it difficult for FAM to operate comprehensively in terms of organising leagues at the grassroots level. Datuk Sri Ahmad Faisal also denied that the donation to FAM had resulted in the allocation cuts that were supposed to be channeled to other sports, although those sports were performing better than football.
Itu sedang kami ambil perhatian dan akan cuba kami perbetulkan. Bukan perbetulkan, akan cuba kami dapatkan seberapa ramai lagi atlet dan menambah allowance seberapa banyak yang boleh. Tetapi pada masa sekarang ini, Kementerian Belia dan Sukan dan kerajaan perlu berbelanja mengikut kemampuan. Itu yang sedang kami lakukan, dan insya-Allah apa juga permasalahan atlet, kesedihan, kesusahan yang sedang dialami, kami sedang mengambil perhatian yang serius dan akan pastikan permasalahan mereka itu akan dapat dirungkai.
Up today's edition of Updates at Noon. In our top story, decision on whether to call for Ahmad Zahid's defence to be known tomorrow. Tune in to News at 10. Coming up at 10 p.m. on Saluran Berita RTM. I'm Jessica Lee. I'll see you later.